Welcome. We're David and Hillary, and this is our movie preview of the movie Cleaner. Cleaner was released on February 21st, 2025. It's rated R for violence, language throughout, and brief drug use, and has a runtime of about an hour, 37 minutes. So it's Cleaner, not The Cleaner, which is what I kept trying to call it.
And I reinforced that for you. The Cleaner, The Cleaner, The Cleaner. Just Cleaner. Like a cleaner title.
Yeah.
Than what I'm trying to say. So
yeah, me too. Well, Joey's the main character. She's played by Daisy Ridley, and Joey has a job as a window cleaner on the outside of a high-rise in London, and that's where the name comes from.
Okay. She has an adult brother, Michael. It's played by Matthew Tuck. And Michael is on the autism spectrum, has just gotten thrown out of another group home.
Yeah.
Joey is the only family he has, and she's struggling to make her life work while also trying to help him make his life work.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. And so on this especially crazy day, Joey has to take her brother to work because she has no other option. This is not really allowed.
Right.
She's late again, so she's in the doghouse with her boss. And, while she's working late to try to make up hours, there's a terrorist group taking 300 hostages in the building that she's cleaning.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
So will Joey and Michael make it out okay? Oh, wait, actually, she's former military.
Yep.
And so, well, you got to try to help, right?
You have to.
Yeah. I actually really liked this movie.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. I think maybe kind of the first, that's our summary, and the first opinion thing I'd like to say about it is it does have pretty strong Die Hard 1 vibes to it. It's not an exact copy, but it does have a lot of that kind of vibe. If you ever read movie reviews on IMDb, usually we go and see the movie and then we see what everyone else is saying about it. We want to form our own opinions. What I thought was funny, and this is one of my pet peeves, it happens a lot. There is a whole group of people writing reviews on IMDb that if there's ever a movie that isn't the most original movie in the history of the world, where it's got all these twists and turns that you could never see coming, and it's like, oh my gosh, this was one of the top 10 movies of all time. If it's not that, they hate it. And they're trying to convince you that it's a complete waste of time. And oh my gosh, why did they even bother making this movie? So
because it was not one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, those people all need to get a life. I don't know how they think that's possible. There are hundreds of movies. Yeah, hundreds of movies that come out every year. They're not all going to be completely and totally original. My opinion is that it was original enough, and it was really entertaining, and it was really well made.
Yeah.
And plus, Die Hard came out like 40 years ago or something.
It's old.
So it's okay to kind of borrow the basic plot and do your own twist on it.
There's a whole generation of people, 2 or 3, that did not grow up with
right?
Die Hard. So, the idea was great. And they did, borrow that a little bit. But I thought it was a fresh take on it.
Yeah.
It played like an A movie.
Oh, for sure.
I thought the acting was good.
The people that didn't like it are saying it was just like not even well made or whatever, which is not true.
No, the script was good. Cinematography was good.
Yeah.
The overall story wasn't totally unique, but also you don't know what's going to happen next.
No, that's totally true.
Yeah.
It kept me guessing. No spoilers on our previews, so we're not going to go there really, but it was very entertaining. I thought the outside shots of the window cleaning, it had a very realistic feeling of danger. And if you're squeamish with heights, you kind of get that weird feeling in your stomach. You're like, oh my gosh, when they show how high up they are, especially when things start going sideways, it's really well done.
Yep.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I thought it was well made and worth your time.
So as far as why it's rated R,
right?
Sex and nudity, really none. There's implied that something is going to happen, but it doesn't.
Right.
Violence was mostly, I would say, PG-13 in level of what was actually shown.
Yeah.
The bad guys, they had certainly a lack of regard for human life, and the parts that were the most brutal were mostly implied.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
I think so. Language was kind of medium for rated R. I don't love going to movies where there's a lot of rated R language, where it seems like there's not really a reason for it. But
This one that seemed like there was more in the beginning, and you're like, what are we in for? It's just going to be the whole
Yeah.
thing. But it
less throughout.
lessened. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So one of our things is who's going to want to see this movie and who's going to want to skip this movie. I guess if you just really don't have a tolerance for rated R language, then you don't want to see it.
Yep.
If you're squeamish about heights, if that really bothers you, you can't watch it. This is not for you.
Yeah. Mostly it's just a great action adventure thriller
Yep.
with good acting. I was a little nervous going into it, just because I don't love rated R violence, but I can always look away or do like the, fingers, looking through the fingers.
She does that a lot.
I do that a lot. So sometimes I don't even have a great grasp on how violent things are because I just choose to not look.
Yeah.
So, but good acting, really great shots with the cinematography. So,
Yeah, especially the outside shots.
yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun ride.
Yeah.
If you think you can handle the elements that we talked about, we highly recommend it.
Definitely it's rated R, but
Yes.
but I would say on the moderate end of that.
Yeah, and I gave it a 91 out of 100, which is an A minus. And again, I thought it was worth your time. So.
Yep.
We also we'll have a post view for this. If you do see it and you want to hear our further thoughts on the movie, we welcome you to join us there. But for now, we're David and Hillary.
The movie was Cleaner,
And that's our preview.